The presidential candidates of the African Action Congress Economy-Sowore during the town hall meeting tagged the candidates organized by MacArthur Foundation in coalition with Nigerian Television Authority pledged to pay 100,000 naira as minimum wage and boost electricity across the country if elected as president in the February presidential poll.
The cost now, we are looking at about 1.5 trillion naira. That's what is going to be added to the federal wage bill.
So these are your numbers.
Yes,
okay. We have a 7 million, but you're saying based on the ghost workers.
Yes,
okay.
That's because we are dealing first and foremost with federal workers, and what we have discovered is that if Nigeria is losing, that's the most equivalent of about 1.something billion dollars. If Nigeria is losing so much money, right, to corruption, and we plug it, we get rid of ghost workers, there will be enough money to pay workers at 100,000 naira, per head. But let me tell you something about even the current increase that they've just done yesterday, which is 30,000 naira. Do you know how much the federal government said they are adding to the federal wage bill? About 24 billion. That is the cost, according to their own records from the budget office, in which I read a few days ago. So it's not a lot of money. 24 billion naira is less than what the APC will use for their rallies in a few states.
What we have is actually not a minimum wage, but a living wage. That's why we put it to 100,000. And you realize, if you can help me do the math, an average worker is likely to spend at least 1,000 naira for feeding on a daily basis, and then to transport himself to work, and then to have some savings for healthcare, and then utility bills. Now, food, if it's 1,000, and then you multiply it by 30 days. So by your calculation, this is what is required,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
By your calculation, this is what a worker requires.
And that's what we aim to achieve, actually, because it has a kind of positive feedback mechanism, a multiplier effect. When you improve the wages, that in itself can control some level of corruption, because you now disincentivize people to be tempted to be corrupted by people or vested interest. At the same time, this is the money they can actually use in sending their kids to school so that we can have a better Nigeria. These are the monies they can use to access healthcare services, health as well. The healthier they are, the better they will be productive economically. And if you now put this together, you realize it is really important that we keenly look at this. Other countries that were almost at the same level with them, middle income or lower income countries actually are giving their workers higher wages than Nigeria. South Africa, for instance, is 136,000 naira compared to Nigeria. So even the 100,000 we said is for the beginning of our term.
Okay, let me ask you.
Sowore said the national power installations would not be sold, but given to investors yearning to build power stations across the globe. On fixing the economy, the presidential aspirant said Nigeria will export marijuana, which can be used for medical and recreational purposes.
We are legalizing it for export. There's a huge market out there for cannabis. The one that we grow in Nigeria is called cannabis sativa. It has a lot of medicinal use, and the only part of marijuana that people worry about is the part that has THC, And there's a marijuana that can be grown that will not even contain that. Marijuana or the hemp tree can also be used in place of pot.
So you're not looking to allow Nigerian youth to be smoking anyhow?
Anybody that wants marijuana in Nigeria can get it. I don't have to worry about them. And I'm telling you, it's available anywhere you turn in this country. Marijuana has always been available. People deceive themselves. What I'm saying is that we have NDLA burning 1.5 trillion naira worth of marijuana every year. Canada is in need of it. Let's pack it and send it to them. The US is in need of them. And we can and that can help us diversify our economy. Plan to increase Nigeria electricity generation by 17,000 megawatts.
So let's talk about the money that is going to pay for this very ambitious plan.
Yes.
How much do you reckon you will need? What sort of budget are you looking at to be able to hire 200,000 teachers immediately, 160,000 health workers? Yes.
So with regards to power, to get us from the miserable 7,000 megawatts to 24,000, adding 17,000 megawatts, we are expected to invest about $10 billion.
Where you
and
getting
$10 billion
from?
will come from investors who are interested. I have said it, and I'm repeating here again, that we're coming today, we are hooking up solar panels for 4,000. We are creating solar farms that will generate 4,500 megawatts of power. We are going to do 90 kilowatts per university, right? And we are going to do solar farms across the country for 500 megawatts each. It takes less than, you listen to, please, if you listen to me, I'll deliver this to you so that Nigerians can hear it. It takes less than a year. It took Egypt less than 2.5 years to do 14,000 megawatts at 500,000 naira per megawatts of power. It's the cheapest in the world. Here we can even do it cheaper because we have plenty of cheap labor to do it. I'm not saying we are going to abuse labor here. And it's the same Siemens who came to Nigeria trying to do the same thing, and people were asking them for bribes that went to Rascom, a state-owned power company in Egypt, to deliver the same. This is public information. You need leadership here. We don't have it.